All right, it's gonna be, and I include the bag boy in there as one of the quarterbacks that is a backup here in the spot, and you guys know I'm on bag boy. I mean, I like bag boy. Okay, I'm sorry he had a bad game. I don't know. Maybe it is over his head, but I think the Bears fans are hoping um, that Badgett is the guy long term over Fields. Now, I don't want to kick Fields to the curb, and maybe they can get something for him too. The way, quarterbacks are falling by the wayside in this league. He's out with that thumb injury. He's, going to be able to come back. But the Bears aren't in any position, to be competitive this season. So they already have this Division II quarterback in there who looks great, by the way. He looks great in the pocket. He has one of the strong. I don't know. I've seen him throw some deep balls. Um, I'm just a guy here. I haven't really seen what they're saying too much. It looks like he has one of the stronger arms in the league right now. Out of all the quarterback, arm strength, throwing the ball far down the field is what I mean. Not hard bullet passes or anything like that. Big arm for Badgett, right? Yeah, his dad was like a world champion arm wrestler, apparently. So there's got to be something to arm strength there. I didn't know that. I said this guy, they had already talked about him a little bit, and you had to go back. And I'm not saying I'm like, oh, I went back and watched some film. No, I didn't do that. I just listened to what people said, then researched his career certainly a little bit. I mean, the guy has as decorated as a Division II quarterback as there was. But then you see him in person a little bit, and you're like, wow, this guy throws, and look at his size is good and everything. The tools are there. Sometimes people just get lost in the shuffle a little bit. When you go to a lower level and exceed, like, crush every record, right? So maybe if he was in Division 1, what would have been? Maybe just some. Maybe he would have been a good quarterback. Maybe he would have been a guy like, hey, wow, this guy could be a top, and he was a draft pick. But I mean, um, certainly for Badgett, or was he? Let's see. I don't want to quote that wrong. I thought he was still. Uh, oh, he was an okay. He was an undeclared free agent, right? Okay. So, but he dropped out of the draft. I think what happened was he dropped out of the draft because I don't think the prospects were there. And the Bears were already, he's from Illinois, so they were going to be interested. And there was no doubt. I mean, if you could take a guy like this and he is something, and you have a fine, that's one thing. But uh, you at least got to have the tools. The tools are there. You just don't know. I mean, there's a reason why he was a Division II quarterback. So, anyways, enough of that. I'm blah blah blah. Saints do have a lot of injuries, if I'm not mistaken, on this report this week. I mean, you got uh, Thomas questionable. We did see him out there, but he's listed with an illness. Um, Even Taysom Hill's found his way here to the injured list. So there are guys on this. It's a pretty deep injury list at this point. So, all right. Well, I'm on my man. Badgett again. I'm on bag boy, bag boy. What you gonna do when we bring your food? I'm taking him. I'm taking him plus 9 points. And I'm, not necessarily saying let's get on the Bears here. Let's move on the Bears. I mean, I don't know, maybe 2 wins. This is where they, need to be, or where they're supposed to be at this point. But beat the Raiders. Yeah, did they get blown out in that game by the Chargers? I had the Bears last week. This is a second consecutive road game. I get all that, but I'm gonna try the Bears. Maybe a little bit different situation facing Derek Carr, then um, Justin Herbert. That's his name, Justin Herbert. All right, give me the Bears.